Today, on the Outdoor Workshop, we're gonna start a big build, and I'm so excited! Hey Outerworlders, and welcome to the Outdoor Workshop. And today, like the intro said, we're starting a big build for our room. I'm so excited, I can just dance. Today we're starting, if you saw the thumbnail, the Millennium Falcon inspired bench. Just gotta say, I did some things a little bit different. I used some of the inspiration from all your videos, like Brian, Tony, James, everybody that has done a Falcon bench. But I did stuff my way. Maybe it's the hardest way, different, the most difficult way. But this is how I did it. Let's see it. First of all, I started with the Rebel Base Builds templates for the bench, and I adjusted it for my bench, the size that I wanted. I traced them out and cut out all the pieces. So then I stacked them all together so I can use the planer and the sander and level them out and make them all the same size. And then I started assembling. And afterwards, using foam core, I marked the seating and then cut it out in a whole piece. I kept on adding supports by putting the plate on the top, so then later on I could put supports for the back. The supports, after stapling them, I put some screws in to make them stronger. And then started put on the backing. I even used some cardboard and some paper so I can make a template so it can fit exact. Then afterwards, whatever was left on the top extra, I use a router to level that out. With more foam core, I made the top part that goes against the wall and cut it out. And then installed it on the wall. These walls are very hard because it's solid concrete. So using the templates from Rebel Base Build, I cut out the back portion of the pads, stuck them onto the wood so I can use some acrylic paint and use them as a stencil to mark where these pieces are going to go. I also used some flexible wood to put the bottom part of the curve. The center pieces, they're all individually different, and try to do the bottom part. This was the hardest part for me. So I used the paper method, tape them together, and it was much easier to mark out all the pieces that I needed. These panels here, they were given to me by a friend, coworker, and they had foam, wood, and some fabric that I might be able to use later on. So I took out all the staples and used this foam to make the pads from the back of my bench. So using some Super 77 glue, I used this to stick all the pads to the back, remembering always safety first, use a respirator. This took me a couple of days, but little by little, I completed it. So guys, I just gotta interfere here for a moment and let you know I am not an upholsterer. I'm sure I've said that a couple of times on the video. I have never upholstered like something big like this before. I saw some YouTube videos and I thought I can handle it. But you will see me make a couple of mistakes and maybe do something the hard way. Why I wanted to make this upholstered, I don't know. I just wanted to do something different and maybe challenge myself to see if I could do it. Well, you guys will be the judge of how well I did. So Maybe it's not the correct way to do it, but this is how I did it. And maybe that's the new name of the channel. I don't know. This is not the correct way to do it, but this is how I did it. So let's continue. Mistake number one, I used this polyfill and I stapled it completely on the back of the bench. You'll see how I fix this later on. And I also did the same with the fabric. This was a big mistake. I was thinking that I could staple in between the foam pieces and it would take the shape, but it didn't. I ended up cutting out the strips of the polyfill and then cutting individual pieces for each foam pad and staple them in individually and then cut off the excess. And now for the bottom portion, since I used the templates, I just marked them, put the number on them, and then cut them individually. And did the same as I did on the top, put all the pieces individually onto the bench. There was a portion of the back of the bench that I could see the wood, so I just cut out strips and stapled them in so I can cover all that up. So with the bench, I would say 90% done. All I needed to do was staple the bottom part and cut out a plate to cover all those edges. The top part, I also put strips, stapled them in so we can cover all that wood. The problem now is that I had a lot of exposed staples. So with EVA foam, I cut strips out and these were glued in between all the pads to cover up as much as I could of the staples. And there you have the beginnings of the Millennium Falcon bench. And I'm very excited. I don't know if I said it enough. I'm very excited. Finally, I'm seeing something being done in my room that is going towards what I originally wanted. And that's what's got me excited. This is part one because it's a very large build and I did a lot of things different, as you can see. I had a lot of problems with stuff that I was trying out new, but I finally get there, and that's what we're going to see in the continuing parts. So if you like this, please give it a like and subscribe if you haven't so you won't miss any of the videos. You can also hit that bell. We also have a Patreon that you can support us that way. And also you can follow me on my Instagram and Facebook, and there we're going to see everything that's going to be done in this room. So like I said, thank you once again for being here in the Outerworld Workshop. And we see you in the next video when we make something out of this world.